This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Authentic Brands Group, which I didn't know existed. They control the use of the likeness of Elvis Presley. Oh, that's an authentic brand. And I guess they acquired the rights to it. So they own, I guess, everything Elvis when it comes to the brand. And they've sent cease and desist letters to all Las Vegas chapels warning them that they are no longer allowed to use Elvis Presley's name, likeness, voice, image, and other elements of Elvis Presley's persona in advertisements, merchandise, and otherwise.
I saw this yesterday, and my first thought was, wait, so everything has just not been done on the up and up? I just assumed all this time that, everyone that's doing these Elvis impersonators, not every Elvis impersonator, but the ones that are doing in Vegas for, the weddings, were in cahoots with the Elvis estate.
Oh, I never thought that at all. I always thought that it was just, he was such an iconic figure that you got to, like Santa Claus. Like, you get to dress up like Santa Claus, you get to dress up like Elvis. I didn't even think that, wait a minute, this is a brand.
That's so funny how we both have a different mindset. I was just like, well, if they're making money off of the Elvis likeness, I'm sure Elvis is getting something out of this. And also, what took them this long? If that's not the case, if they weren't the movie, you think?
Oh, good call, Steve. The timing is pretty impeccable. Yeah.
Like, how do we get the name out there and talk about the movie? We sue people.
That's true.
And for the first time, I want to say, Steve, that, you know what, your opinion is the correct opinion. I would have been the idiot because, likenesses, branding, that is all a big thing. I don't know why, but I guess it's been going on so long before. I was a young man when there were Elvis impersonators, so I never even thought about copyrighting a brand or, somebody's image, especially if they're not even with us anymore. My brain never thought of it. Now, of course, in 2022, yes, and rightly so, people should be compensated for their own brand and image if other people are using it. And estates, I guess, get to, or then companies that buy the likeness from estates. That is business.
Do you think somebody maybe one of the kids that's involved in the Presley estate, finally became an adult, hey guys, have we ever thought about maybe not letting people just use, Elvis's likeness for everything?
Well, if I'm one of those kids and I want a brand new, Spanky McLaren, yes, I am going to think of that.
Is it Spanky McLaren? Is that a car?
Yeah. Oh, it's a fancy car. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's called the Spanky McLaren.
Well, it's they call the McLaren. It's brand new and spanky, like Big Spanky. It's brand new.
I'm aware of the McLaren. Spanky. I didn't know about the Spanky McLaren.
Oh, okay. So you know the McLaren, you don't know the Spanky McLaren, which is the higher end model. Gotcha. Make sure you walk in and ask. It's like it's like the hidden menu at In-N-Out. You know what I mean? You gotta you got to know what to ask for when you go into the McLaren shop.
Right. It's their animal style.
Yeah. So,
so what's Sarah going to do? Isn't she getting married by an Elvis impersonator?
Not anymore. Yeah, I don't know if she is, but if she, this is because look, the Elvis impersonators, what are they going to do? They talked to one Elvis impersonator in Vegas, and he was like, "Dude, I am worried about my livelihood.
It's career ending. It's devastating. It's I'm looking. I could be homeless here in 2 months if they go through with this thing.
Is that a redneck Elvis?
Yeah, kind of. Was he doing an Elvis? He's dressed as Elvis during the interview, which I respect.
Yes.
But I don't think he was doing the impression. I think he was just talking normal.
Okay. I think he just, over the course of his life, he just became the Elvis voice. Like, he does it some, hubba hubba. I don't know. Like, I don't know if Elvis ever said hubba hubba, but that's my Elvis impression.
I would change my name to Hip Vis. Or something else. I would just do that and go, I'm blank Vis, but not Elvis. Because
what the hell's Clown Vis going to do, Rev?
I'm really kind of hoping that, he's his own entity at this point, so he can continue. I mean, I was watching him last night. He did not address this.
Well, that's just...
So
I don't know what's going on.
He's scared.
Yeah, he's a parody, I suppose.
He's shaking in his clown shoes.
He should be fine if it's a parody, right?
I don't know.
In theory?
Sure. I'm a lawyer. Do it. Keep going.
I'll be a clown lawyer.
I watched that William Shatner legal show. I'm a lawyer.
You know what's up.
But I mean, technically, all of them are parodies to some extent.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, there's not any that I'm like, oh yeah, that's Elvis, guys.
Yeah, this guy looks like Andrew Dice Clay more than he does Elvis.
So that's what he should switch to.
Right. Elvis Dice Clay.
Hey, you take this wife to Hickory Dickory Dock you. Oh.
A bunch of venues have already removed Elvis's image from their websites and marketing materials, so they are taking it seriously. They believe they could be in trouble. And one couple who booked their wedding a few months ago, like you said, Steve, they think of Sarah. These folks were very disappointed when Elvis did not show up this past Sunday.
Who showed up? John?
Well, yeah,
Hi, I'm John. I'm just going to marry you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Pre-Elvis? I don't know. Just
not
regular
this.
guy. Yeah. Instead, they got a guy who kind of looked like him, but in a leather jacket with jeans and a fedora. The venue called it a rock and roll themed wedding. So he wasn't Elvis, but he was sort of like, hey.
He's Elvis from Wish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wish Vis.
Yeah. Or Elv Wish.
Either one works.
Yeah. That's, wow.
I'm kind of surprised by this. Like, all these years, I just never thought about it, and now it's just going to shut down. I mean, I feel bad for the guy because that's like how he's making his living, but also it's just like, well, I mean, I'd also be thinking, I got away with it for this long, making money off of somebody else's name.
Here's what I would say, and I don't know, unless they're going to go to Vegas themselves, this Authentic Brands, unless they're going to go and make their own Elvis weddings, what are they doing?
I bet they are. I bet they're going to start licensing it.
Ooh, what if they're looking to get into like the metaverse or something, and they just want to, nip all of that in the bud and just end up going digital with Elvis?
Well, I already have a bad taste in my mouth because I don't know who this
book.
Yeah. Because I don't know who this group. Who are these people? It's not even. It doesn't even say the Elvis Estates. It's a company called Authentic Brands Group, which makes me believe that they already bought the rights from Elvis's people. So they're not like the Elvis people already got their payday. So none of his family's getting anything. I don't think.
See, I was thinking they're like kind of like the liaison, like they're the agents for
could be
the brands,
maybe.
Yeah, that could very well be. I need more information before I decide who I hate in this situation because I need to hate somebody.
All right.
You know how it is, right? I mean, this is America. I've got to be on a side. I've got to be team somebody.
Team somebody.
Now that the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial is over, I need somebody. I got to. What am I going to do?
Well, why were they in a trial? What was going on with that?
I
must have missed that.
See, apparently Amber was doing Johnny Depp impersonations at weddings, and so he was like, "You can't do that anymore, me." So
you know what's interesting? I was reading more about this whole thing. Well, also, I mean, it's maybe that this is what brought it up is because Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, they had their Elvis-themed wedding, so maybe that raised some eyebrows. Like, we can get some Kardashian cast.
Yeah, it's high
Cash.
profile. Or ass. Yeah, you even get to look at it. Like, I think somebody got some Kardashian ass.
But the interesting part is that you can't have Elvis impersonators at weddings, but the Elvis impersonators that still perform are okay because it's Nevada's right of publicity law. Which I didn't even know that was a thing. So, like, it doesn't pertain to any Elvis-themed stage shows. So it sounds like there's a workaround.
Well,
put on a show and marry people.
Yeah, because I got to be thinking they're making a good amount of money on those Elvis-themed stage shows, or I don't know, maybe the weddings are making. I don't know, man.
The whole thing is kind of weird.
It's very, very weird.
Just at the end of every Elvis show, there's just a wedding. Like, you just have a wedding, and everyone signs up, you walk in, do-do-do, and you're done.
Yeah, they hit the show. All right, Alice and John, you're done. You're married.
Yeah.
Hubba hubba.
Oh, yeah. You know what, Steve? You ought to do this. I mean, I think Elvis is in the room to the point where I think you're probably going to get a cease and desist letter from the Authentic Brands Corporation.
BJ, I'm also reading in the story, they tell you how much money a year that Elvis-themed weddings have a little bit to do with this, but just weddings in general in Vegas, how much money a year it makes in Vegas.
Okay.
How much do you think?
I'm going to go I'm going to go into the billions.
Damn, BJ, you know what? Your brain is working this early in the morning. $2 billion a year is generated from Las Vegas weddings.
That's what I expected.
There you go.
A big part of it, though, and Rev probably can testify to this, and Sarah can, it's very affordable. I mean, for what you want to do, they are much more affordable than having, trying to do something like anything on that scale here in Seattle, from what I can tell.
Oh, yeah. If you want to do something silly and fun, literally, it cost me $300 to rent out the chapel and go hang around at a petting zoo / tourist trap / old mining town for my wedding.
Awesome.
And Sarah's doing...
Which animal was your best man in the petting zoo?
That would be the peacock. Sweet. They had a couple of them out there.
You know, the peacock is a great best man. Though he does upstage the bride a little bit. You got to be careful.
Just a little.
Because they look pretty amazing. Yeah. So maybe that's a big part of it is their weddings are affordable. You can go to Vegas. You can get there from almost any airport, which is, so that's the other. So from the planning that we've done so far for Sarah's wedding, it's a lot more, like the place and pretty much everything that comes along with the place would have been the cost of a wedding planner here in Seattle.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so, I mean...
We're in the wrong business. We should be wedding planners.
Yeah, well... I want to see you plan a wedding, Steve.
There'll be magicians, I tell you.
Yeah, that's it.
And at least one ice sculpture.
Yes.
You would have me as a client, and that would be your last job as a wedding planner. You would be like, I don't want this anymore. Because you got bridezillas, or in this case, BJzillas. You're not going to put up with that.
Yeah, my Yelp reviews wouldn't be good after I snap back at a bridezilla.
No, it's over for you. Hey, we got police who stopped a guy on a motorcycle for going 147 miles per hour in a 65 zone. And he gave a ridiculous reason for why he was going so fast. Steve's going to tell you that ridiculous reason. He's got the Migs Report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
If you're hearing an informative newscast right now, well, then you must not be listening to BJ and Migs. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks a lot, Tigers, for giving us the Migs Report today. It's National I Love My Dentist Day.
Really?
I mean, I like my dentist. He's a pretty decent dude. I'd probably have a beer with him. I don't know if I love him yet.
I like my dental hygienist better than I like my dentist.
Ooh, shots fired. I hope they're not listening.
That's right. They are.
As people, I like them all. I've been going to them for years. As people, they're really great people. I haven't had a bad experience with them as human beings. But going to the dentist for me sucks. There's nothing they can do. I mean, literally, I think if they put on a burlesque show, I still would have a horrible time at the dentist. There's nothing they can do with such a horrible time.
If they ever do that, let me know. I'm switching dentists. Yeah, I love my dentist except for when his hands are in my mouth.
That's my favorite time.
See, I was going to say, I was not going to talk bad about anybody who puts their fingers in my mouth.
Exactly, right? Yeah. It's also National Rotisserie Chicken Day. Who doesn't love a good...
those are the best.
Every time you go to like UFC or Costco or Albertsons, you walk in and that's the first thing you smell, and it's like, I guess I'm leaving with this rotisserie chicken.
They're not stupid. They know what they're doing.
They're so affordable too. If you get them on sale, they're like $5.
Well,
I know.
Costco is always $5, and I may or may not eat it in the car.
Oh, I did. As you should.
Just a few bites, because you got to get that crispy skin.
Yeah, just pull it.
Yeah.
It's a kick and pull. It's a different kick and pull.
What are you, savage?
And I wonder why I'm single.
Yeah. I never eat anything when I bring it home from Costco in the car, and there's a good reason for that.
There's a great independent wrestler, this guy Hammerstone. He's in great shape. He's big buff dude, and he's all about chicken eating. And part of his deal whenever he goes to a promotion is you got to have a rotisserie chicken for me. And dude, it's just he just eats it like a damn savage. Just finishes that whole thing, man. It's pretty funny.
Good for him. I mean, I don't know. Green M&Ms, the chicken, that's, yeah.
I take a rotisserie chicken over green M&Ms any day of the week.
Yes.
I know I'm going to piss you off, BJ, but...
Oh, yeah. And by the way, you guys are doing the whole Costco thing wrong if you're eating kind of stuff in the car. You're not stocking up on the samples they give you. If you're not full by the time you leave Costco, you haven't been doing it right.
Oh, that's been now a problem with Tatum, because now she knows when we go to Costco, there's samples. And man, her head is on a swivel while we're in that shopping cart.
Love that kid.
Where are the samples? And I'm like, let's find them.
Snacks. Snacks.
She is totally your kid, because I don't see your wife being that person at Costco. That is totally you.
Now she's outnumbered, BJ.
Yeah.
Give us some snacks. And it's National Rocky Road Day, so enjoy yourself some Rocky Road ice cream.
Oh, good call.
Right?
It's good ice cream, Rocky Road. Good flavor.
Hey, let's head on over to Ohio, where there's a state trooper. He stopped the guy that was riding his motorcycle a little bit too fast, and by a little bit, over double the speed limit.
Dude, that scares the hell out of me just because of the vulnerability of being on a motorcycle. And how fast was he going?
He was going 147 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone.
Damn! Wow. No
That's
way.
super fast.
Oh, that just terrifies me thinking about it.
Here's the crazy part: he gets pulled over, so they got the chest cam, so they can get the audio of the officer talking to this motorcyclist, and the guy's sincerely saying, I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know how fast I was going. Which just seems crazy when you're doing 147 miles per hour. But here's the audio.
Wow.
You know how fast you were going? No. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. So listen, I am going to issue a citation for your speed. All right? Okay. 147 in a 65 mile an hour zone. Okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize how fast I was going.
Seems so sincere. My bad, officer. I didn't know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he wants any trouble, but whoa, dude, that is... Wow, how do you not know? He must have a smooth riding bike, or he must have been just daydreaming. How do you not know?
That's the crazy part. Because, there's been times where, I've gotten a rental car, and I'm sure, if you're not used to, how your car rides, you can go faster depending on what kind of car you have. I remember I got, one of those Xfinity or Infinities. Xfinity. I got a cable
You were
service.
driving your cable box?
I was.
Dude, wow.
That's
go fast. So fast.
Smoothest ride you'll ever have.
The internet's very fast with Xfinity, but I didn't know you could actually drive it on the freeway. It's that fast.
Man. Put a saddle on that thing and just go.
Wow. Giga Blast.
I remember I was I'm probably doing 60, 70 miles an hour. And I looked down, it was 100 miles an hour. And I'm like, what the hell?
Dude.
This feels different than my car.
A smooth riding car is amazing when you get into a really good car and go, oh, this is why people buy good cars.
The story I have, though, doesn't say how much money that ticket was.
100. Well, let's see, 65, and he's doing over double.
It's got to be $500.
At least.
Oh, right?
HOV is 500 max. If you're in the HOV lane, they tell you it's over $500.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm I'm so glad I'm not the idiot that still rides in the HOV lane, because it was never that much back in the day.
Yeah, I know, man.
I was going 27 over, and I got a $500 ticket, so I can imagine that.
Yeah, but that was probably because of you, Danny.
Well, see, that's true. Here's the interesting
thing. And emo, they give tickets for emo.
Look at those tears on this man's eyes.
Yeah. Look at this good Charlotte. Good Charlotte fan. Give him the max.
Someone says, hey, honestly, guys, you won't realize if you're on a sport bike how fast you're going. I've been clocked at 155 miles per hour.
Oh. You really? That's that phenomenon's amazing to me. That because in my car, when I go up to 85, it tells me, dude, what do you think you're doing?
Your car's 20 years old. It starts breaking apart.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I just assume that every vehicle is like that. It's just
motorcycles are built for speed, man.
We're going War Factor 10, Captain. The shields are buckling.
Man, that's just insane to not realize. Because dude, if I go down a hill on one of those little scooter things, man, I get nervous. I'm maybe hitting 7 miles per hour.
When I was skiing, I knew when I was I'm off the bunny hill. This is wait, what happened? I thought so is there bikes that are that smooth riding that you just don't know?
Yeah.
Wow, that's unless because you're so used to the vibration anyway that it doesn't vibrate much more. I don't know. That's weird, man. That scares the hell out of me. 147.
Someone said I once did 150 and a 45. I just got on. I was on the freeway. I stopped, got off of it, and I was like, I'm not riding this thing again. I guess because maybe because it was just going so fast, and that kind of like worried him.
150 and a 45.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Oh,
damn, dude.
I mean, dude, I get it. That's a thing that some people love, that need for speed. Talk to me, Goose. But still, Oh.
All right, we got headline of the day. And we're heading on over to Alabama for this headline. A guy's angry girlfriend crashed a Mack truck into their mobile home.
Oh, that is...
Folks just don't get it.
I mean, look, if you're looking for the quintessential Alabama story, isn't that it?
Yeah, she got in her name's Rhonda. She's 56 years old, and her and her boyfriend got into a little bit of an argument on Monday morning. So she's like, you know what? I know the best way to end this argument. I'm going to grab this Mack truck and drive it right through the mobile home.
Oh, come on. Help me, Rhonda, here. You can't do that.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you.
Wow.
For all you Beach Boys fans.
It's not clear on who owns the home or the truck. I mean, that's the crazier part. Like, how do you just grab a Mack truck?
What if it's not hers? Like, none of it's hers.
Right? But she just hopped in it, crashed directly in the front of their place while the boyfriend was standing on the porch. Luckily, he's going to be okay, but he had a little bit of a leg and an ankle injury. His daughter and granddaughter were also inside when it happened, but they're completely fine. Rhonda, if you're worried, she's okay as well, but she's got a black eye in the mugshot, but they're saying that didn't happen in the crash, so it sounds like it's a pretty messed up situation.
Oh, yeah, hopefully she was not assaulted, because, something, now that makes you think, my brain goes, this may be a sort of, vengeful situation.
Or was it that she got into an incident with the ex, because apparently the boyfriend's ex heard about what happened, showed up to make sure that the daughter and the granddaughter were okay, and that's when Rhonda grabbed the ex by the throat.
Okay, how Rhonda does, even though she's got a black eye there, Rhonda does not look like she's living a good life.
She's got her face, when she's not smiling or anything, it's just like a perpetual frown.
Yeah, she's got she's got what I've got, and I've got RBF.
And you know what? If you're a Mariners fan, you probably have RBF as well.
Oh, what happened? What happened to the Mariners?
Well, can we do aggregate, like the last two games? Because then we still won the game.
Oh yeah, because they did 10-0. Right?
We won 10-0. Yeah. And then we lost yesterday 9-2.
Oh
yeah, so 12-9, we win.
Yeah.
Why are we losing to the Orioles?
I got 2 words for you. Robbie Ray. He continues to struggle.
Oh, this is not good, dude.
This is the big acquisition in the offseason, the Cy Young Award winner, Captain Tight Pants. Come on, Robbie Ray, let's go.
Is he really Captain Tight Pants?
Well, he's known for wearing tight pants.
Oh.
I don't know if he's the captain or maybe the skipper.
He's going to be demoted right now. He's going to be Lieutenant Tight Pants that keeps this up. Or
private Tight Pants.
So
BS, man.
They're playing Baltimore again today, so hopefully they can win out the series. That's going to be happening around 4 o'clock. NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. It's so funny. Yesterday on the MegaCast with D. Ted Smith, we're talking about the Stanley Cup playoffs, and we were nerding out about it. I'm like, dude, it's crazy because the battle in the Western Conference of 2 high-scoring teams with Colorado and Edmonton, but then you got Tampa Bay and the New York Rangers, and that's more of a defensive battle. So then Ted texts me as I'm watching the game. He goes, so much for that theory about it being a defensive battle as the New York Rangers beat Tampa Bay 6-2.
Jeez. Whoa. Wow.
The Rangers did okay on defense.
Yeah, but wow.
Oh, man. I know. I did not expect that. But damn, Rangers were looking good.
And I just don't like the Rangers, so I'm really not wanting to see them win. I've become a Bolts fan just because.
I don't want to see the Tampa Bay Lightning win. They win too much. And as a Devils fan, it pains me. See, I grew up going to a lot of Rangers games, so I never had hatred for the Rangers. It was like one of those things where secretly I'm like, I can't hate them. I get to see them a lot, but I'm a fan of their goalie, and that's Shesterkin.
I can't argue with you because sometimes I
root for Shesterkin.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Shesterkin.
That's a great name. It sounds like your daughter's trying to say his name.
Having some snacks, watching Shesterkin.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can't argue with you, Steve, because sometimes I will root for teams in my division because I don't like the other team at all they're playing against.
Tonight you got Colorado and Edmonton. Colorado's got that 1-0 series lead.
And
you guys suck, even though you're up 1-0. NBA Finals Game 1 is tonight.
You know what's really amazing is a team that was eliminated, at least in my eyes, is actually in the finals.
I still laugh about that you were so down one morning. You're like, yeah, all my teams lost. And you're like, the Celtics are out of the playoffs. And we get a slew of texts. BJ, they just advanced to the next round. I don't know.
Dude, I told you. Yeah, it was the greatest moment because I read, sometimes in the morning you get up with one eye open and you're reading the sports and everything, and I really read it as the Celtics lost that playoff series. So you guys made my day when I realized, wait, they're moving on, and now they're good enough. They're in the finals, of course. This is going to be a big one. The Warriors apparently seem like a good team.
And it's kind of like another situation. Offensive powerhouse in the Golden State Warriors taking on the Boston Celtics, which would seem to be pretty damn good on defense. So we'll see what happens, BJ.
You got to hope. I mean, defense, I don't know if it translates to basketball, and I was going to ask you about that with hockey, Steve. Does it translate the way it does in football and in baseball where, good pitching and a good defense on football usually will stifle any kind of offense?
Typically, I would say yes, but this has been a year that I've been completely debunked. Like, more often than not, yes, solid defense, especially in hockey, if you play the game right. I mean, look at the New Jersey Devils back in the 90s, man. They were just defensive-minded to the point where their games were boring, but they were winning. So, yeah, but this year, all bets are off, BJ. Offense seems to be winning these games, and lots of it.
Yeah, I'd say yeah. So I don't know either, but people love high-scoring games, so at least the fans and even casual fans are getting a treat.
Oh, it's been a blast for hockey. I mean, you're getting to see like 7 goals in a game, 6 goals in a game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is really crazy.
Weather today, 73 degrees. It's going to be cloudy. Thanks to Jersey Mike Subs for giving us the Migs Report, and that's what's up.
Alrighty. Hey, Vicky, what do we have for a tease here? Or is it me?
You look good in blue, BJ.
Yeah, I sure do.
Whoa, that is a heck of a tease.
That is a heck of a tease right there.
That wasn't a tease?
Baby. Well, you're kind of teasing me. Here's what I'd like. All right, thanks. Now, Vicky gave me a proper tease, Steve, not the HR-laden tease I'm going to have to go talk about.
Oh, my bad.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Morgan Freeman won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for which Clint Eastwood film in 2005?
Gran Torino.
No.
Oh, good guess. Damn it. Deadpool?
No.
Bad guess.
Oh. Yeah.
The hell? Anger Management?
No.
Worst guess.
Yeah.
Anger Management.
He's not even in it.
I don't even know if he's in it or not,
I don't think he is.
I don't know. The thing is now that, Clint Eastwood has made some really, really good movies, and I can't name any but Gran Torino. And I totally forgot about $1 Million Baby, which was the answer. Did he do No Country for Old Men as well?
No, you asked that. You said that last time. And
yeah, see, then I don't know any, so I can't throw stones. I know he's done good movies.
I'm glad Rev piped in right away because I was about to say, yeah, he did.
I really thought he did. And Rev even told me yesterday, and I still forgot and thought he did today. All right, well, yes, $1 Million Baby was the answer. You want a shot at beating Steve? Let's hope it's a Clint Eastwood movie that you know. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I can't afford to pay my bills, how am I going to afford attorneys and bankruptcy fees?
One of the things people ask me all the time as a bankruptcy lawyer is that how am I going to pay all these fees and costs because I'm here because I can't afford to pay my bills. And of course we understand that. I mean, being in the bankruptcy field. But one of the things to remember is that if you decide, once you make the decision to file bankruptcy, you can stop paying on all of the creditors that are going to be included in the bankruptcy, and those are the funds that you can use that you have been paying your creditors to pay your attorney fees and court costs to get your case filed. And once your case is filed, you're not going to have most of those payments anymore.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.